Okay. I did kind of say how Tombstone was going to get his powers.
You did.
It's not exactly how it was going to go, but how long it takes before he turns into an actual Tombstone is yet to be determined. So, I'm not going to lie. Otto getting visibly upset at how badly worded the Sokovia Accords are is fucking hilarious.
I love that.
That was so freaking funny. Um, but one thing I greatly appreciate, obviously everything that happened during that fight was spectacular. All that was great. Actually, again, seeing Tombstone as a hero, which they've kind of done that in the second Sony Spider-Man game or Marvel Spider-Man game, but that was after he's been a villain for a while and he's basically on rehab. But actually getting to see a young Lonnie with Tombstone powers fighting with Spider-Man,
It was pretty awesome to see them fighting back to back.
and it is cool to see them make something out of Scorpion, who's usually a goober.
Yeah, this is honestly the first time that he's actually been intimidating.
It's 9 times out of 10, his tail gets stuck to the ground or wrapped around himself, and then he gets shoved into a corner because he's one of the 6 guys that you have to bring together to make an honest to God threat to Spider-Man. But yeah, I one thing I greatly appreciate about this episode is that they're not doing what I'm going to deem as the CW way of handling things. They had Nico get over the fact that he didn't tell her what was going on really fast.
Yes, I. You have no idea how much I appreciate that, and I've been seeing people compare Nico to Amber from Invincible and Lois from My Adventures with Superman, and guys, stop what you're doing.
Are we for real right now?
Yeah, and luckily there were enough people who were like nipping this in the bud, but the fact that it was even starting, I'm just like, no, guys, not the same thing.
I didn't watch My Adventures of Superman, but we're gonna be for real here with Amber from Invincible. Did any of you watch Invincible at all?
Seriously.
Nico only got upset for roughly a day and a half.
Yeah,
Amber's been an annoying bitch the entire show. Before, during, and after she knew anything. And it wasn't, oh wait, you're being an incredible guy, and you had a lot of reasons to not tell me because it's really dangerous and I probably shouldn't know. Amber, Mark, why aren't you doing what I told you to? Why are you doing the thing that helps people? Why are you being a hero? Stop it. I hate it. Is a similarity they're both women? What are we working on here?
yeah, exactly. But yeah, glad that was resolved nice and neatly.
What was not resolved nice and neatly is they're going to keep cock teasing us whether or not we think that Nico knows that she has powers or not.
I know something that I shouldn't have because I got spoiled. So
Oh, I got spoiled on something too. I just don't think it's the same thing you got spoiled on. But I bet you got spoiled on this part too, because the internet exists and no one can stay off their fucking Twitters. But I don't know anything about Nico. I know something about someone else who's important.
we'll get to that later. Something else I liked until the end of the episode I like how Norman treats Peter in everything. After the fight, he calls Peter to be like, you know what? Good job, kid. You did good.
He does truly care for Peter.
He does.
Now, and I do truly believe he is trying to be a good person. And I think we've kind of said it. He's going to go bad through the attempt to be a good person in his own ways. Because I honestly still think he is trying to copy Spider-Man's DNA for an altruistic reason.
You know what this kind of reminds me of? How in Age of Ultron, Tony Stark wanted to build like he wanted to build a bunch of like Iron Men to have like a suit of armor to protect the world.
Are you saying that you're comparing this version of Norman Osborn to Tony Stark?
Yeah, I know.
God, we haven't done that yet.
I know. I'm just specifically saying.
I know.
What, just the comment he made, like, oh, if only there were 100 Spider-Men.
Yup, I'm like, why didn't I? Oh, I caught that right. Fuck. Because he's trying to make it so that you don't need the Accords and so that Peter doesn't have to do these kind of things. And, like, I need you at 100% dedicated all the time. Which is something probably a mechanical whatever or something or so would do that wouldn't be Peter. Do you think he makes the symbiote?
Ooh. That is a great question. Because we know where the symbiote is supposed to come from.
We think we do. That thing was from another dimension.
True.
It's
still not of this Earth.
Yes. But let's be real here. They did mention space travel in this episode.
Yeah.
So what if God, I don't even know the idea that I'm trying to formulate right now. I'm trying to think of they're going to have another spider hanging around and possibly space travel later on. I honestly don't think they introduce Miles while Peter is like 17. So I'm trying to think of what they could all do with this. They could have one of them get a hold of Harry because they have had Harry be Venom before. Spoiler alert for everyone who hasn't played Marvel Spider-Man 2. And I believe in one of the cartoons, and I believe in comics, they have had Harry be Venom before.
Huh.
Because, shocker, I'm going to mention the storyline of Spider-Man 2 here. In Spider-Man PS4, the original, Harry is thought to be on a European vacation, just away for, like, some medical reasons so that Peter and MJ never think to look for him. And then you go in this room inside of Osborn's penthouse, and it's where you find these spiders. And that's how one of them crawls on MJ, and then, like, that gets back, and that's how you get Miles. But inside this thing was this big, blocked-off thing, and you have no idea what it is. And at the very end, you see Norman, like, hand-code the door that you found this special thing in, and you walk in there, and you see these shutters open. It's this big tank, and Harry's been in there the entire time, and MJ was, like, 5 feet from him, but had no idea. And he puts his hand onto it at the very end, and then a big black blob smacks up against the glass to show you that the symbiote's in the tank with Harry. And in Spider-Man 2, you find out that the symbiote is latched onto him, but you don't find out for a long time. And it's basically a giant antibody inside of him, fighting off his sickness and keeping him healthy.
Oh,
That's their cure they found. Like, I don't remember what they classify his sickness as, but he's basically, if Venom's not in him, he's dying. It's like the only way they could find to save him. And then eventually, the Thing, Craven almost kills Spider-Man, and the Thing leaks, like, leaves Harry and then goes into Peter, and that's how you get the first version of Black Suit Spider-Man. And then eventually, you get a really awesome moment where the controls switch, and you get to be Miles fighting against Peter, who's Venomized, which is, it's awesome. It's the one thing I wanted out of that game, and I got it, and it was fucking phenomenal. But anyway, so then after a while, the Thing gets loose again, and it reattaches to Harry, and then that's how we get Venom, because he's like, no, I need that thing back. That's the only way I can live. And this need to survival and heal the world and all this stuff comes out of it. Now, I'm not saying they're going to do that same thing, but they've thought of really cool ways to make Harry Venom.
I actually really like that idea.
Yeah, but now in this, there's nothing wrong with Harry. I don't know if they somehow make the Venom thing, they somehow got a piece of the Venom thing and they like mix it where they somehow turn Norman into Venom naturally through like a spider bite. I don't know. I'm literally trying to think of every single way they could do this.
Norman turning into Venom is. I mean, this show has taken a lot of swerves already. What's one more?
Yeah, and if you're gonna have him be the better version of Spider-Man, I don't know if they're exactly going to do that, because that spider had a weird like black and bluish pattern to it. And they've had like Spider-Man costumes be that, but like other than like Ghost Spider, no. Ghost Spider is what they call Gwen Stacy Spider-Man, to be technical. They changed it to Spirit Spider, which was Spider-Man possessed by Ghost Rider. But I don't know what they're doing. And I appreciate the living shit out of that in a Spider-Man cartoon, because I know we've said it 100 times. You could pretty much put 2 plus 2 together in every Spider-Man cartoon you watch after a while. You just like seeing it, because his rogues gallery is awesome. So, yeah, but yeah, I don't know if there's anything we. Yeah, I don't know. I got anything else.
Yeah, I think we covered everything. I honestly really just want to get to the finale because
As do I.
I have seen things and I need to see
So
them
have I.
in the full context.
Same. Where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me on various social media sites at Captain K42. You can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Blue Sky at Ren Pop Culture. You can also find us here on YouTube, on Podchaser. Consider supporting our Patreon at patreon.com/Renegade Pop Culture. Listen to all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. Need an escape? So do we.
Absolutely. And you can find me ever at Organoid Zero, mainly on Twitch and YouTube. And if you're into anything like conventions or cosplay or anything like that, you can check out my Instagram at Organoid Zero. The next convention I'll be going to is the first weekend in March at Anime Milwaukee. So if somehow you're watching this and you're there, come say hi. I'll be dressed as DMC characters the entire weekend. And if you like another podcast I'm involved with, Geeking Out with my buddy Eli over on the Athletic Geek 89 YouTube channel. We pick one subject and we just babble on about it for about an hour. All right, until next time, we will see you all later. Bye. Peace.